Go ahead and call this meeting to order at 7:04. City Clerk, do we have a clock that we can get?
Yeah, it's because I already have this timer.
Okay, got it. Gotcha. Okay. Everybody, welcome. City Clerk, can we go ahead and do roll call?
Yes, Councilmember Alvarado.
Here.
Councilmember Tucker.
Here.
Councilmember Bernworth.
She'll be back momentarily.
She'll be back. Okay. And then Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza
Here.
and Mayor Wixom.
Okay, everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Mr. Shields, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Which ones?
Are there any adjustments to the agenda?
There are no adjustments to the agenda.
Okay, next up we have the City Attorney report on closed session.
Thank you. The council met under the regular meeting as well as the special meeting to discuss closed session at 6 and 6:15. During the regular meeting, the council discussed one item of significant exposure to litigation under Government Code 54956.9D2. Direction was given, no further report on that. Council gave an update on the existing litigation regarding the county and Imperial Valley computer manufacturing, no reportable action. The county, the city, sorry, I'm reading county stuff, I apologize. The city manager evaluation was done, no reportable action, and appointment of the new city attorney was discussed, which is an item also on the open session. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next up, we have public comment. If you wish to address the City Council concerning any item within the City Council's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the Mayor Pro Tem. At that time, state your name and address for the record. The Mayor Pro Tem reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. And I do have two public comment speaker slips. The first one from Mr. Michael Langford.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. I'm going to look at my phone to read because I'm terrible at public speaking. Sorry. Okay, here we go here. My name is Michael Langford. I'm standing before you again tonight to expose a severe case of workplace retaliation, official misconduct, and gross hypocrisy within our city's administration. As you all should know, I was wrongfully terminated by our human resources manager. The official reason given was intentional time fraud. The reality is that I made an honest mistake on my time card. The exact kind of minor clerical error that numerous city employees routinely make and correct every single pay period. To justify firing me over a mistake, the HR manager fabricated narratives and outright lied in several places on my official termination documents. This was not a standard disciplinary action. It was a retaliatory strike to silence me. For the past year, I did exactly what a responsible employee is supposed to do. I reported actual intentional daily time fraud being committed by several city employees. I didn't just guess. I brought forward clear, undeniable evidence. I escalated these reports directly to the city, both city manager and the human resources manager. Do you know what they did about the actual systemic fraud? Nothing. Nothing's still been done to this day. They buried it. Yet, when I make a single clerical mistake, the HR manager suddenly discovered an aggressive zero tolerance policy. They weaponized a common error to eliminate the person who blew the whistle on their inaction. When a city administration ignores documented systemic theft of public funds by some, but falsifies official paperwork to fire a whistleblower over a minor typo, that's a severe abuse of power under California Labor Code Section 1102.5. This is a clear-cut case of illegal pretextual retaliation. It exposes the city to massive legal and financial liability. I'm asking the mayor and this council to immediately initiate an independent external investigation into my termination. Fraudulent documentation created by the HR and a year-long cover-up of the time fraud I originally reported. On another note, in my leave of absence paperwork, the reason stated was job performance. When I asked HR about that, they said it's just a generic form that we have. Is it really a generic form to fire people? I didn't know that. Lastly, my family and I are going to have to suffer the rest of our lives due to someone's unchecked abuse of power and hatred towards me for exposing her corruption. I made an honest mistake. So, good night. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Isaiah Gonzalez.
Hi, everybody, back again. I wanted to discuss the day I was put on admin leave. March 20, or Isaiah Gonzalez, 315 Butterfield Trail. March 26, I came to work, went out to the job site, and got called in by our tone, like, hey, can you come to the office real quick? Came by the office, and he was like, handed me a folder. And he was like, I was told to give this to you. Told by who? Kirsten, Dennis, I don't know. So if you guys can look into that, or Tone said he was told to give it to me. So in this memo, it says you shall not enter or sell any city facility not open to the general public unless specifically authorized by me, ChatGPT. Also, where did it say? There was an incident with me and a family member / coworker, but they phrased it as harassing and unprofessional text messages to a coworker, family member, on my lunchtime that had nothing to do with work. It wasn't work related. It was family member to family member. So, whatever. But then it says ChatGPT tends to go into the, it left everything he said out of it, where he made a passive aggressive remark at my daughter. So, in turn, I made remarks back, but it left all my stuff out. ChatGPT. So in this one, it says, and I read this to Dennis when I was explaining it to Dennis, but it says, you are currently assigned to several city projects that require direct collaboration with this individual that the texts were directed to. However, your behavior is negatively impacting the ability to complete these projects effectively. This standard of professional conduct and agreement applies regardless of any personal interactions or relationships you may have had with this individual outside of work hours. I haven't worked with him since I've been in our Tones department. So which several projects that I work with him on, told Dennis that's not true. Like ChatGPT wrote that's not true. So I'm still trying to figure out which projects I worked on him with him on, but it doesn't happen because Ortone didn't write this because Ortone knows I don't work with this individual. But am I only getting 3 today?
Yes.
Okay, so since I'm only getting 3, the biggest issue with this is March 26th, admin leave. April 7th, I met with Dennis and Flavio. April 13th, they sent over the letter to Flavio to let them know like I was termination was being upheld. But March 26th, you had your employees that report directly to you telling people on March 26th that I had been terminated. So if you guys can look into that too, because when I issued a PRA request, I was told on a certain report that I asked for that it was basically an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. So that only applies to certain individuals or everybody, because to me that was an invasion of personal privacy because I wasn't fired March 26th. I was fired April 13th. So if you guys can look into that and figure out why you have your 2 employees telling people that, I'd appreciate it. I know, but
Thank you.
I keep asking for more time and it gets 3 minutes, so I'm sorry.
Can I just make a brief comment? Just in terms of Public Records Act requests, I want to encourage that if anyone from the public submits something and they disagree, and this is for everyone, as you know, on any issue, we'd be more than happy to do follow-up discussion. I'm not addressing exactly what's in yours, but I want to encourage
Okay,
you
but
to.
just like the whole warrant
Oh,
of
yeah,
personal
I don't wanna
privacy, that's
keep-
an issue.
I am willing to discuss it with you.
No, we don't need to discuss. I'm just
Okay.
saying it's an issue out of that.
Thank you.
Next up, we have presentations, a presentation by the Imperial Valley 911 Stair Climb Committee. I said county.
me.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Madam Mayor, council members, staff, citizens of Imperial. All right. My name is Mike Harvey. I'm the treasurer for the Imperial Valley 9/11 Stair Climb Committee, and I'm also a supervisory special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. So I'm still working. Thank you for giving us a few minutes to share the work our committee is doing throughout Imperial Valley. Our mission is to honor the heroes and victims of September 11th, while also supporting the men and women who continue to serve our communities every day and investing in the next generation of public safety professionals. This evening, I'd like to briefly share 3 initiatives that we've taken on this committee. So it's not just about the stair climb anymore, right? There's more. The first event is the 13th annual Imperial Valley 9/11 Stair Climb, taking place on Saturday, September 12th. Hope to see you all there. Don't worry, you don't need to climb the stairs, okay? But it would be great if you guys were there, right? This year is especially meaningful as we commemorate the 25th anniversary of 9/11. Been 25 years, how about that, huh? Since the attacks on our country. For 13 years, our committee has worked to ensure the lessons of 9/11 continue to inspire service, sacrifice, and community. One reason we're especially grateful to be here tonight is because the city of Imperial has always demonstrated the importance of neighbors looking out for one another. In a close-knit community like Imperial, the dedication of Imperial Police Department, Fire Department, and the city staff, and the many other public servants who support this community every day is seen and appreciated. Whether responding to emergencies, serving local families, or working alongside neighboring agencies throughout Imperial Valley, your public safety professionals embody the spirit of service that our committee seeks to honor. Every day we ask our firefighters, police officers, EMS personnel, and other first responders to answer the call without hesitation. They respond to emergencies knowing they may be asked to risk everything, including in some situations their own lives, such as 9/11, right? Events like this Memorial Stair Climb give our community an opportunity to stand beside them, recognize their sacrifice, and thank them for their service. It's a reminder that supporting those who protect our communities is something that brings us together, regardless of our different backgrounds, perspectives, or viewpoints. When city leaders participate, I'm looking at you, all right. It sends a powerful message to those men and women that their service is valued and that their commitment to our communities is never taken for granted. That spirit is exactly the service the Ivy 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb represents. Every year, firefighters, law enforcement, EMS, military personnel, students, businesses, families, elected officials, and just good old families from Imperial County climb the equivalent of the 110 stories of the World Trade Center in honor of those who made the ultimate sacrifice and those who continue serving today. This year, we expect our largest participation. We had around 700 people last year. We're expecting about 1,000, right? And I know it's going to be hot, right? It's going to be September 12th. The AC hasn't turned on yet in the valley. But remember, keep this in mind. Our law enforcement personnel, our firefighters, our EMS personnel, they go out whether rain or shine, right? Hot or cold. So if you guys can withstand a little bit of heat for a while, we'd really appreciate it. Okay? Again, it's going to be September 12th at the fairgrounds, just like we do every year, and we really appreciate that if you would join us. We also have something else. This is going to be the 2nd annual Public Safety Gala. Look, I've been in law enforcement for about 29 years, and I've never seen anything in Imperial Valley where they recognize Officer of the Year. And that's what we did last year. We had about 300 participants at our gala, and we had about, I think, 8 to 10 agencies that nominated an Officer of the Year. One of the agencies that did participate is Imperial PD. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. And we're going to do that again this year. So we're hoping for more participation from the police officers, firefighters, and from the EMS and paramedic personnel if they could nominate someone to be Officer of the Year. Okay? And that's going to be on October 10th over at the Casa de Mañana building. We hope to recognize everyone, hope to have a great time, and maybe show them that we do appreciate all that they do for us. Okay. And of course, the last thing the 9/11 committee does is we give out scholarships. We are promoting $500 scholarships to those who want to study police science, fire science,
and EMS and paramedic classes, and we hope that we get more participation from the community because we have the money there to help them with their studies, help them with their classes, help them with books, whatever we can do to um, ease the burden, right, of tuition. So, of course, I have these sponsorship packets. Now we get to the meat and potatoes, right? We'd love for the city to sponsor the Imperial Valley 9/11 Committee. We have other cities and the county. The county already sponsored. If you look at the top sponsorship, they did the top one. So I'm gonna challenge you guys to sponsor us as well. This is not a conflict of interest or anything. I'm just kidding. But if you guys could sponsor us, that'd be fantastic. You know, you can always sponsor us individually. You can sign up individually. You can have your own teams as well. And we'd really like to see you out here. I'm gonna leave the sponsorship packet with y'all, and we'll definitely go out and see you guys out there. I totally skipped the video too, by the way. Can you go ahead and play the video? Questions? I'm here. If not, I appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the consent agenda. All items appearing under the consent agenda will be acted upon by the city council with one motion without discussion. Should any council member or other person request that any item be considered separately, that item will then be taken up at a time as determined by the mayor pro tem. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Vote, please. Nope.
Nope.
We can do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I'm not sure. Okay, Councilmember Ambrano,
Yes.
Councilmember Barnworth,
Yes.
Councilmember Tucker,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza,
Yes.
and Mayor Obeso Martinez.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to public hearing. This is to approve the urgency ordinance number 835, extending the interim urgency ordinance number 834, approving a temporary moratorium. And I'll go ahead and open the meeting or the public hearing at 7:23. Presentation by Mr. Mora.
Good evening, council. As you may already know, the council approved a 45 moratorium on data center on June 3rd, 2026 on data centers and similar uses. Some of the issues is that that our zoning ordinance doesn't list these uses as permitted or as conditionally used. So we've done a lot of research. Staff has done a lot of research. We met with the development review committee. The more we read into it, the more questions we have, the more careful we have to be with this. We created a data center site suitability within the city. So as part of the attachments, you can see we did a buffer, 1,000-foot buffer from residential and school zones. The only ones that we were able to locate that they may be feasible within the city of Imperial is the one on Pink, and those are on the heaviest industrial within the city of Imperial. That doesn't mean that that's what we are proposing. That just means that for high energy use data centers, that's what the kind of like where they might be in to the north east location in the exhibit. They still have some non-conforming residential, so take a look at it. If we want to make comments, if the community wants to make comments, please do so. As you can see there to the south, within the city of Imperial, there's only kind of like one location that might be able to fit in there. Of course, we might be proposing that anything, if allowed, they have to go through the CEQA process, no matter what. The more we get into it, we have seen small scale data centers throughout California, and they've done EIRs. They even done EIRs for backup generators and whatnot. So it is a delicate subject. So with this, we also found out, and through the review committee and our IT department and others, is that we also have to have some definitions. So there are a lot of uses that we didn't even know about it, and we don't want to affect other uses. We have to define what small, medium, large scale data centers are. We also have to define data rooms, enterprise data centers, co-location data centers. So we have a lot to do. Yes, a lot more homework to do. So within those 45 days, we learned a lot, but we also have a lot of questions. So we're here just to request the council to adopt ordinance 835 to extend ordinance 834 that allows us to do a lot more research. And I'll stand for any questions that you may have.
I'm going to go ahead and open it up for public comment input. And I do have several speaker slip. If there's anybody that has not turned in a speaker slip yet that wishes to speak on this item, if you could, the slips are on the table. If you can fill one out and bring one up to the city clerk. The first one is for Corey Schumacher.
Good evening. Hello, my name is Corey Schumacher. I am the Policy Director of IBEW 569, representing 3,800 union electricians and sound technicians from San Diego all the way to Imperial. We are located at 2420 Imperial Business Park right here in the city. We oppose in principle any extension of the urgency ordinance and of a moratorium. And want to advocate for the minimum workforce safety standards for all stages of a data center's life cycle. We appreciate the work that is going into the study. We support the study, but again, in principle, we don't support the moratorium. However, we want to get on the record that we do have a number of suggestions that we would love to continue to work with you around because our members live and work right here, and the amount of jobs that data centers like these are for us are, for example, 1 square foot of a data center is equivalent to 600,000 man hours. And just to give you an idea of what that means for a larger data center, our 3,800 union electricians in a year will work the number of man hours on one data center. And those are not temporary jobs. So this is a really significant potential for workers and for the pathways to the middle class that we're looking at for Imperial and the region. We've heard the community's concerns and support the decision to develop data center policies that provide strong benefits to the community and provide workforce standards. We do support requiring data centers to have community benefit agreements with strong labor standards to ensure the right skilled and trained workforce so that they are safe for the community. We do support requiring data centers to bring their own clean energy, new clean energy generation and energy storage to meet their energy needs and to ensure Imperial ratepayers do not take on more energy costs. In fact, they can do more to lower the costs of utilities, and we would support that as well. We do support requiring the use of state-certified electricians for all stages of a data center's life cycle, including the new clean energy generation and energy storage conditions they should be required to build as a condition of their approval. And we do support new technology that uses low water use systems like reclaimed water, closed loop systems, and immersion cooling so that water use is drastically lower. We stand ready to continue to work with the city, the community, and data center developers to ensure Imperial gets all of the advantages of this new industrial revolution. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to Sean Ellis.
Good evening. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys can hear me. My name is Sean Ellis. I am an organizer, political director of the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. Long story short, we're the ones that pipe those systems. So let me just get right to it. In California, we've built over 300 of them. My members have. So I want to be clear, like they put on the internet, we're not corporate special interests. We're not here to disrupt the community. We are the community. I have 300 workers that live in Imperial Valley, and unfortunately, they drive 2.5 hours, 3 hours to San Diego to work to make a good living wage, or they're working the oil patches in Midland, Texas, or Bakersfield. Those are the facts. There's not many jobs here at the geothermal energy plant to employ all the great welders that come out of Calpatria, that come out of Imperial, and all the hard blue-collared workers that we bring into our unions. They're traveling for work. So what does a data center mean? And let me be clear. In principle, we're against any moratoriums and any bans, but we are part of the community. And if a ordinance is passed where you can have good community benefit agreements, skilled and trained workforce, project labor agreements, and an opportunity to take the data center and the power of that data center, whether they be taxes, whether they be the economical engine in some regions, to actually use that to not only create jobs, but to create an opportunity for this valley that has so much resources, an opportunity to build a model. We've built hundreds of them in California. Right now, I actually do applaud you guys. Most cities are just banning them over and over with no research and not understanding it. Brother, the more research you dig into it, you're going to find out there's glycol systems, there's air-cooled systems, there's closed-loop systems. There's so many different systems that use the data center. So first, I applaud you guys for actually being leaders and taking that challenge to do the research, to make sure that there's an economical benefit, there's a community benefit. Remember, the people that are against the data centers, they're going on social media utilizing data centers to fight our workers. At the end of the day, the issues that your city has is wages, benefits. That's why your great people are leaving here and going other places to find employment. We want them here. We want everything built by your people with your zip code and investing in their homes so they can buy homes. 3,800 jobs could be created by the data center in El Centro. 3,800 just in the valley. Just in the valley. If that data center goes, we're going to go revving up to try to organize as many people as we can get on that project. And it does demand a highly skilled trade to do that. So, like I said, in principle, we're against any moratoriums, we're against any bans. But hey, you guys are taking the chance to actually get the facts out and have that opportunity. And we're here as workers to support you guys to help this data center get built. I'll give you a little news flash. They're getting built, or regardless. They're for national defense. They're for keeping our country safe. Trust me, I know. We built all of them in Virginia. We know what they're used for, right? So I applaud you guys for taking the opportunity and not just doing a blanket ban. But once again, my name is Sean Ellis. I'm political director for UA Local Union 230, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters of Imperial County, and I'm also the vice president of the Building Trades in Imperial Valley. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Next up, we have Renee Felix.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and members of the community. My name is Renee Felix, and I'm here on behalf of the Imperial County Building and Construction Trades Council. Over the past few weeks, we've heard many opinions about data centers. Some people see opportunity, others see risk. The truth is that both perspectives come from the same place, people who want the best for Imperial. I don't believe this is something that should divide us. As a community, we have the ability to ask difficult questions, demand honest answers, and establish expectations that protect what we value most. We don't have to choose between protecting our community and planning for its future. We can do both. If a project cannot meet the standards this community expects, then it shouldn't move forward. But if a proposal that demonstrates that it respects our resources, listens to our residents, and creates quality construction jobs under strong labor standards, then our community should have the opportunity to evaluate it fairly. The Imperial County Building Construction Trades Council believes that progress works best when it's built together. residents, workers, businesses, and local leaders all have a voice in shaping what responsible development looks like. Tonight isn't just about data centers. It's about showing that our community can come together, listen to one another, and create solutions that reflect our shared values instead of our differences. No matter where each of us stands today, I believe we all want the same thing: a safe community, a strong local economy, and a future that our children can be proud of. Let's continue working together to build that future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Tony Sanchez.
Good evening. I'm Tony Sanchez. I'm with Local 1399, District Council 36. We are from San Diego, and we also represent people in Imperial County. We have several of members here, which they travel out of Imperial County to go to San Diego or Riverside or LA, and that's like a 2-hour commute all the time, you know. By you guys having a data center here, you guys will provide work for these people, you know, keeping all that money here in Imperial County as well. We every time the guys go out there, man, they look tired every day, just having that commute back and forth from Imperial County to San Diego and coming back. When they come back, they're tired, you know. They don't even get time to spend time with their families. And also, like myself, I've been in the union for over 25 years, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Having benefits for my family, having a pension, and that's the kind of things that we would like to provide for our members. Not only our members, but whoever is welcome to join the union. And by you guys not supporting the data center and having local people work on these data centers, you know, that would keep affecting our members to go out of town to work. So I encourage you to please support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Diego Espinoza.
Good afternoon. My name is Diego Espinoza. As my coworker also said that we represent members here in Imperial County. So I get phone calls from members that are already in our union, and I provide work for them in San Diego. They're always welcome, as well as Imperial County welcomes San Diego workers. But San Diego is starting to get for the past years a little harder because of the local hiring, which is good, right? It keeps local hire workers in San Diego, which that's going to happen here in Imperial County with this project. If it goes through, we're not going to send San Diego, because why? Because it's going to have local hiring, which the workers can stay here in Imperial County. So I get phone calls, and I try to, there's a lot of public work projects out here. Uh, and, I try to tell them, the work is coming, the work is going to be out there. And, but like I said, I keep sending them to San Diego, but it's getting harder because all those projects are getting local hiring. Right now it's at 50%, then it's going to go to 60. And the only way to keep those Imperial County workers working is having projects here in Imperial County with local hiring, and that'll keep them working here locally. They don't have to travel. So that's why I highly recommend. Uh, I oppose of like I said, it's good to study. The just have more information about the data centers, but the more it's not extended, it's better for not extended it too much for the Imperial County people. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have, I believe it's Fabiola Moreno, or Fabiola, sorry.
Hi, it's Fabiola Moreno. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for your time and thank you for the opportunity that you're giving us to comment on this. I represent IBW 569 as a renewable energy and manufacturing organizer, representing 3,800 members across the San Diego and Imperial counties. On principle, like my colleague said, we reject any extension of the temporary moratorium ordinance before you tonight. And we would encourage you to establish minimum workforce safety standards for all stages of a data center life cycle. The city should move forward without extending the temporary moratorium and work on creating community benefit agreements with strong labor standards that ensures the right skilled and trained workforce build these projects. Over the last week, I had the opportunity to travel to the state of Ohio. Ohio has some of the most data centers in the East Coast, and I just want to point out some information. We drove around the community of New Albany, where they knew that development was coming to their region, and what they did is that they created a sort of a wish list, and this wish list included things like a new wastewater treatment plant, a new community center, affixed to their roads, new parks, investments to their sports groups, different things like that. And New Albany ensured that they got all of those things before any type of investment came into their region. They now have a couple of data centers not near their homes, in their neighborhoods, but not near any homes. And they also have all of these community needs that they required. As we drove around these data centers, they were not as loud as a lot of people mention, and there was no particular smells. Other counties in the state also require new wastewater treatments of these data centers. These data center developments, they need many resources, and we have the opportunity to extract great benefits for the community from these developers, and we should not miss this opportunity. Data centers in Ohio have also ensured a steady tax base for the state, and the number of ongoing jobs that data centers bring to the county is substantial. Electricians have about 70 to 80% of the work on data centers. There would be about 1,000 electricians working on these projects, and every 3 years, data centers need to be retooled to keep up with the technological upgrades. This requires about 100 electricians to continuously come back to data centers and work on these projects. This would allow for the expansion of IBW 569's apprenticeship program and for all of the other different trades to also come in and set up their own apprenticeship program here. Let me see what else. Beyond this, on site, there was people like security guards, young people that were able to get those sort of jobs. The general contractor also had project managers, engineers, and so many other people on site. And I believe that this would also expose the region to these sort of careers. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you. We look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have David Cepeda.
I would say good evening, Mayor, but I don't think she's sitting in her seat right now. So good evening, council members. My name is David Cepeda, and I'm a painter by trade and a proud member of Local 1399. And I represent 1,000 members of glazers, drywall finishers, and flooring installers. And tonight, you know what? I heard a lot of things about data centers, both good and bad. But I tell you what I'm here to speak tonight about. I'm here to speak tonight about the 5 members that I got here in Imperial County and what they have to say. These members tell me, and I've heard from every single one of them, the opportunities out here are slim. You're either highway patrol, you're either a border patrol, you either work in the fields, work at the prison, or become a resident of the prison. right? Right? These members of mine travel anywhere from 100 to 300 miles a day to get to work. They do that because they want a better life for their family. They want livable wages. They want benefits. And they want a pension that they could look forward to when they retire. Right? I think we all do. And I speak tonight for them. Not about data centers, about opportunities. Opportunities for people of the Imperial County to have those opportunities, to have a livable wage, to have a career opportunity. But not only that, but to grow the economy here in Imperial County so they can stay local, so they can come home every night to their wives, to their children, hug them. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm a living proof of working out of town, a construction worker that comes from a non-union town where they didn't have a lot of union opportunities, you know, where I got taken advantage of. I watched my dad get taken advantage of. And once I became a union member and I had union representation, my life changed. And now I look forward to that. The first 3 of my kids, I got 5 kids. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you this story. Oh, you know what? I only have 2 kids. I have 5 kids. And the first 3 of my kids, I stood in line at the Logan Clinic in San Diego to get some kind of government assistance for them to be born. As soon as they were born, they pushed us out the door. As soon as I had union insurance, rolled out the red carpet for me, you know? And that could be the people in your community. So let's give them the opportunity, you know? Data centers, good, bad. You know what? Like I heard, hey, you know what? Those data centers, hey, they're bad. But guess what? All the people posting bad stuff about it, just like I heard somebody else say, hey, guess what? Those data centers gave them the platform to put all that information. Right? Thank you. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you. And last up, we have Hector Mesa.
Sorry, I was listening to Mayor right now. I'm on a Zoom meeting. Hi everyone, my name is Hector Mesa, Proud Tiger, class of 02. When I graduated from high school, I didn't have the best grades. I graduated with a 2.20 something. I was bottom of my class. I love the school, but the counselors, they were at a loss with me. I couldn't join the military. When I was young, I lost my eye on an accident, so I couldn't even be a sniper. Somehow you need both eyes for that. I ended up going to different training, trade training schools. At one point, 08 hit. I ended up going back to college. I went to IVC. I ended up actually doing pretty well. That was almost 10 years after I graduated from high school. I ended up transferring, got my bachelor's, came back to the Valley. I was working for a print shop, and I was as their graphic designer and their sign installer. I was getting paid $12 an hour with a bachelor's. I was just making $2 over minimum wage. Then I got an opportunity. I applied to the apprenticeship locally. Somebody told me about it. And it changed my life. I became a homeowner. I didn't stay here in Imperial. I ended up moving to Brawley. I found a nice house over there. Sorry. Sorry. At least it wasn't Hobel.
Someone else to do that.
So my point is, we need jobs. I know it's construction, not construction. Yeah, we move from one project to another, but this type of projects actually need to be this type of projects are going to be need retooling, reworked, maintenance. So it's actually gonna need guys to go back and work them, right? To first building, they're saying about 1,000 electricians probably on the site. Let's lowball it. Let's say 500. Out of those 500, at least half of them have to be apprentices. That'll mean at least 200. That means 250 young people or middle age that will need to get into apprenticeships to become journeymen. That'll mean 250 journeymen making over 130K a year. That's just regular wage. Now think about those 250 at one point are going to become journeymen, and then we're going to need more apprentices. Hey, nice to see you, Mayor. I was following you on the Zoom. Yeah, please don't extend the moratorium. That's all I'm asking. Thank you. Go Tigers.
And we have one more, and Andy, is it Schwartz?
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Andy Schwartz. I'm the president of the Imperial County Building and Construction Trades Council. And I would just like to thank my brothers and sisters for coming out tonight and speaking with you on their experiences. Me to vote, I'll vote. So I've been a member of the operating engineers now for 40 years. I went through our apprenticeship, and I just want to kind of clarify some stuff on apprenticeships in case you all don't have a lot of background on it. Apprenticeships. Our apprenticeships are located wherever our locals are. Our local is a fairly large one. We cover Southern California, Southern Nevada, and the whole state of Arizona. So our apprenticeship covers that whole area. You get into the apprenticeship, all the journeymen, all the apprentices, they're all paying into these apprenticeships. We pay for our own educations. However, we also work out in the field during the week, and that's our apprenticeship too. Our hours and our classroom is our apprenticeship. And so when we go out there and work for 5 days a week on like the Salton Sea Habitat Conservation Project, that's hours towards our apprenticeship. But then we go to class on Saturday, and that's part of our apprenticeship also. So no matter if our apprenticeships are located like the IBW right here in town, all of our apprenticeships work in this area every chance they get, every job they get. They try to get down here and get their hours in. And so we would like to see all these projects go forward, and we'd also like to participate in any conversations, any kind of committees that we can get these projects and get these ordinances written and get them moving forward. And we thank you for your time and hope to be working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the audience that would like to speak on this matter? Not seeing any, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 7:52 and bring it back to council. Do I have any comments or questions from council?
I have a comment. Thank you to Athone and the rest of the city staff for looking into this. I think it's important for people to realize moratoriums are moratoriums. Yes, we're extending it, but at any point you could adjust the timeline. But I think a lot of information is still needed for what we want to do here locally in the city of Imperial, and kind of put on some definitions about what that looks like for us here. So I appreciate you doing all the research and everybody else doing the research. There was a lot to learn this evening, so thank you.
I just want to say, for all the union people, I was raised a union household, so I'm here to support you guys as a union. And, talking about work, it's just reminds me of a conversation I was having with my nephew today who's working construction. And I was like, you need to figure out what you love to do. And he's 19, so he's worried about money. And I try to explain to him all the opportunities that being a union, tradesman, he could make. And so, but I hear you guys tug at my heartstrings. You're tugging on all my morals and values. But also, when we do this moratorium, or, if we vote to approve, I think of all the residents that are your members that live around. And there's a difference between rushing economic development through and putting in the wrong spot, because you do have bad actors that are just worried about making money, right? And they give you all this carrot, but, it's in the wrong area. And so I think, our goals is to make sure that it's smart. It's a good balance to bring economic development. It's a good balance for the neighbors. And to make sure that it's done correctly. Yeah, and so that's really, I look forward to seeing what all the staff has learned about it. I know I've went into many rabbit holes about data centers for the past year and a half. And so I look forward to seeing what our team can come up with.
Just like my counterparts say, I'm also a union member, still a current member of IBEW 465. So are my brothers and my dad and all that, cousins and family. But so I do understand unions, how that works. Last week I had a conversation with Fabiola, and I think we understand where I come from. So, but we also got to make sure we take care of our city and what's around us. So, there's a lot of things to look at. This doesn't mean this is a final. This is the finish line. We just need that time to make sure that we do the right things, like we're all saying up here. So it buys us that little bit of time to get that. So, we all have faith in our staff to do the right thing. So, thank you.
I appreciate what all the rest of the crew said here, and I support them and well done. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
And I just wanted to briefly say, as the wife of an IBEW member, I understand the unions and what you do for your members. I also spent countless years as a labor compliance standards enforcer for a local government agency. So I know even with you guys backing them up, what can happen to some of your members out there if you get the wrong people behind the dollars. I think it's important to note that right now, I heard some comments on our speakers where they were talking about this project. I think it's important to note we don't have a current project in the city of Imperial. And I think this is probably the best time for a moratorium like this because we don't have one in the queue, so to speak. And it gives us time to not rush anything and not, make snap judgments or snap ordinances without a thorough study on it and to figure out what's best for the community, what's best for our local workers, what's best for our economic means. And I think that right now is probably the best time to do a moratorium like this because it will give us the opportunity to have staff take the time and do a deep dive into this and do the research on it and to make sure we're not making any mistakes that could affect down the road. So I'll look to my fellow council members for a motion on how you feel about this.
I'll make a motion to approve urgency ordinance number 835, extending interim urgency ordinance number 834, approving a temporary moratorium.
I'll second.
Yeah, I have a motion and a second. Vote, please. Hey, we got it working.
Mine's not up.
Roberts isn't up, Tina.
Yeah.
Go back. He doesn't have e-vote on. There it is.
For those of you who are new in our audience, we got updated systems recently.
So good.
They're
it's
good
so
at this.
terrible
It's
at the
just
same
new
time.
system.
You get it?
Yeah.
How to have the millennial show them how to do it.
Yeah. Bring out the kid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, where do I go now?
There you
All right.
Motion carries 5-0. And then
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
And I look forward to seeing what information is presented at a future time. Unfortunately, my time on this council will be up when it comes up, but I'm definitely, as a resident of the city of Imperial, I'm going to be very interested to see what comes of this. And I know that this item is already over, but please, CEQA is a mandatory. Don't even have it. I would ask the city council not even vote in anything that doesn't allow these to happen, that allows these to happen without a CEQA for our residents. Thank you.
does that mean you'll be on the other side of the dais?
I'm going to be over there, the one speaking and saying, yo, CEQA.
Thank you again for everybody for coming out. I know there's much better things you want to do on a Wednesday night, but we appreciate all the comments and the concerns, and there are concerns as well. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to action items. D1 is the approval of resolution 2026-53, adopting the project list for fiscal year 2026-2027 funded by SB1. Presentation by Mr. Othon Mora.
Good evening. Good evening, Council. Before you is a list of projects that we would like to be adopted for the year 27 under SB1, which is known as the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. You have the list of all of the projects that we want to submit. This is known as the gas tax, as you may already know. But with that, the city will be getting an estimated amount of $643,364. Staff recommends approval, and I'll stand for any questions that you may have.
Any questions? I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Vote, please.
Oh, now it's there. Thanks, Katie.
You turn the e-vote on.
You can't even get the agenda on it.
Motion carries 5.
Thank you. Moving on to item D2, is the review and approve the revised bylaws of the Library Board of Trustees for Imperial Public Library. Presentation by Ember Holler.
Yes, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, Ms. Holler and Ms. Guerrero are away at training. So basically, with respect to this item, you'll see from the staff report the changes that are made to clarify certain items in the library bylaws, and we recommend that council approve the resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Make a motion.
Questions or, okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Vote, please.
Can I get the motion who the motion was from?
Robert, second
Robert
by
and
Katie.
Katie.
So we got James up and running.
Almost. Now
Oh, yeah.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to D3, the approval of agreement between the City of Imperial and Alishire and Winder, LLP for the city attorney legal services. I always thought that was Winder. It wasn't until you said Winder I realized it was Winder. Or is it Winder? Okay. For all these time, I always thought it was Winder. And the presentation by Mr. Morita.
Yes, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, I asked, and so
There you
I
go.
now know it's as you all know, we engaged a pretty rigorous process seeking proposal to replace the irreplaceable, and we recommend entering this contract with Alshire and Winder to be city attorney.
And very briefly, before you do that, just because they call it the City of Bell Act, but before the appointment or before the council takes final action on any of the top level executives, we do need to orally announce the total. It requires a report of the total pay plus fringe benefits. In this case, as outlined in the contract, it's $18,000 per month for the 60 hours, so a total of $216 per year. There are no fringe benefits, so that would be $0. There are some cost reimbursement with approval of the city manager and justification. So that's just to meet the requirements of Government Code 54953-3A.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Vote, please.
I look forward to working with you.
Yes.
Show that.
Definitely.
Thank you. Moving on to item D4 for the appointment to the Library Board of Trustees to fill an unscheduled vacancy. Presentation by Mr. Morita.
Yes, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, you have an unscheduled vacancy and a full-term vacancy. And so you have the recommendation of before you to appoint Valentina Estes and Jennifer Rodriguez Godoy.
Is there 2 openings or 1?
There's a short term because of the unscheduled vacancy, and then a full term.
And then, so 3 seats because the incumbent's staying, correct?
No, I think there's someone's
Wait,
term is
so
up,
there's-
so they're looking for reappointment.
Yeah, so it's appointment of
One.
1 and then
reappointment.
appointment and an appointment of 1 of 2 applicants. Okay, so we have 1 that's already, it's an incumbent.
So we're
And then
appointing
we're-
1 person only then.
Okay, yeah. So
Reappoint and appoint.
I would make a motion to reappoint Magdalena. I'm gonna butcher her last name.
Altamirano.
Yep. And appoint to Jennifer Rodriguez Godoy to an unscheduled vacancy with a term ending June 30th, 2027.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Vote, please.
Is that how you said it, Nana?
I'm sorry? Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
We did it correctly. Jennifer's in the audience.
Oh. Did you want to come up and say anything, Jennifer?
You don't have to. They don't have to make it.
Oh, well, you're on the board now. You have to.
You have to say hi.
Hi, my name's Jennifer Rodriguez Godoy, for who doesn't know me yet. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys, whatever I need to do. I'm very excited to be part of the library board.
Awesome.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Okay, moving on to reports. Let's go ahead and start with Mr. Mora.
A quick update for the flashing beacon on SR 86 in Smith Street. It's on as of today. They just finished. So we're gonna post something on social media tomorrow. We didn't have the time to do it today, but it's on. Just be aware of those flashing beacons. There's pedestrians trying to cross. We had some issues with the timing. We had some issues with the push button, but it's fixed. So if we need additional time once the school starts, I asked the community just to let us know so they can make the adjustments.
Is that fixed since yesterday? Because I was driving down Highway 86 yesterday and one of them was off and one of them was flashing and there was no one around.
As of today, they fixed it.
Okay.
Yes, we had a lot of issues since last week. We turned it off and we couldn't figure it out. So everyone was there today. IT, public services, community development, until it was completed. So the timing was adjusted. It's on, but if we need to, add more time to it, just let us know.
Perfect. Thank you. Moving on to Tony.
So good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. So if you've noticed, I sent you a number of calendar invites to lock you in. I know your time is very precious. So first one being this Friday, we have the boat races for the summer campers. If you can make it, they'll be at 3:30 at the Imperial pool. So this is where the kids have built their boats all week this week, sink or swim literally, with their cardboard and duct tape boats. You guys are welcome to come and watch the kids do their thing. Also, we have our dine-in or our movie at the pool that evening as well. So come watch Lilo and Stitch at the Imperial pool that evening from 7 to 10. The next thing would be July 31st. July 31st is where I'm inviting you guys to build a boat as a collective or individual. You guys want to challenge each other or build it as a team?
I'm gonna do a team.
No, I'm gonna beat him.
Mine would sink like the Titanic. So.
But no one was like eager to do it, so we're like, we'll do it.
So if you guys will be the ones to kick off the public competition.
I'm gonna be practicing in the pool all week.
So we'll welcome you to that. That's also going to be in the evening hours. We sent you guys a calendar invite for that just to lock in the time and date.
Cardboard.
August 7th would be the next thing, which would be the end of summer bash, which is, I know a few of you have attended that in the previous year, so we're doing that as our end of summer celebration to kind of kick the kids out of the camps and send them back to school. So look forward to seeing you guys there. The one thing else I wanted to bring up is I know that Little League has come to a conclusion. They have informed me. I know you guys have been getting calls about lights and things. So officially, their president has informed me that they're done. So all lights, with the exception of 4th and M, which is Evans Park, are done for the season. So if they call you guys asking why or why not things are happening, you can always refer them to my office. I know James has. I know a few of you have too. So, and we'll be happy to answer any questions, or if they want to do a contract for lighting for other outside of Little League activities, we can help them with that too at our office. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I want to say I was talking to my boyfriend's kids and my kids about the boat races, where my boyfriend's son proceeded to say, "I won the boat race and I have a trophy," and he brought out his boat that said "fastest boat."
Oh yeah.
And he still has it's on like a little stand.
We had some good boats last year, so you guys have a lot to live up to.
I know. Lots of duct tape.
Lots of cardboard. That's gonna keep me out.
Mr. Strada?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Real?
Actually, I think employing the previous champion at a boat race is kind of cheating, but that's just my opinion. I have no updates. Just don't forget I have your packets for the IV 911 stair climb.
Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, Chief Lancer wanted me to provide an update for your guys' fire engine. It's coming along. We're currently awaiting the arrival of the tools and equipment you guys approved. Once we get it and we can receive the mounts, we'll be able to put it in service for you guys.
Can either you or Chief Real advise us how 4th of July went? Did we have any issues or fires or problems or?
So we have no record of fires. I don't know if they do. We weren't dispatched to any. We had 14 calls for fireworks. We logged 11 of them without follow-up of information that constituted enough to follow up. The remaining 3, we went to the area, no contact was made, and then no citations were issued. We didn't have the event or the opportunity to catch somebody in the act this year. So it's actually lower than last year, I believe. So a reduction from a prior year.
Perfect. Thank you.
I wasn't on duty that day. However, I can get those updates and send them to you guys.
Okay. I was just curious to know if there was anything major. I think
Nothing major
you
from
probably
my
would
part.
have been told.
They didn't call me in, so it wasn't.
I tell you what, I wasn't here on 4th of July, but we came back on the 5th, and somewhere on the west end of town, someone had a fireworks show that was quite the show. It was not just a 1-2 here or there. It like rivaled Calipatria's fireworks show. It was ongoing and loud and had the whole neighborhood out, and somebody put a lot of money into that fireworks show on July 5th.
Which way from your house?
It was west. It was probably like right at the right just past La Brucherie, around the Barione La Brucherie area. And I mean, it was
Down by County.
It was. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, there you go. Now we know what happened to all the confiscated fireworks. I guess. But yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was definitely a nice show. But anyway, moving on. Ms. Diana. Nothing for finance. City Attorney.
No, I'm just excited. I don't know if Paul came up, but I'm excited to work with him. It's been a pleasure to get to know him, and we're looking forward to the transition. So thank you.
Thank you. City Manager.
Nothing for me this evening, Council.
And our City Clerk.
Nothing. Thank you.
Okay, we'll start with Mr. Tucker.
I'm good. Everybody have a nice summer. It's
Sure.
hot out there.
Mr. Amparano.
I just got a couple things. I did get a chance to attend that food fest we had over at Toyota day before 4th of July. The nice part is the weather did cooperate that day. They had quite a bit of food vendors, good music, and so good atmosphere. Talked to the manager of Toyota that day, and they sold 11 cars in the time that they were there. So that was actually, they were happy. Everything worked out for them. So I hope everybody did have a good 4th of July and, celebrated our nation's 250th birthday. So I hope you all did it safely. 9/11, I know that every year we do have a team up there, and so hope to see us there again. And rounding out the last part of my comments is I do want to send a big shout out to our hero last Friday for saving our lives at City Hall. Chief jumped into channeled his inner fireman and put out the fire and saved everybody in City Hall. So I did want to say a big thank you to you and to helping all of our staff there.
Sorry, couldn't bring Sparky.
So, you know what? I was gonna go as far as getting a letter of a certificate and get you a little surprise.
I was
there.
actually expecting it, but thanks.
Yeah. So,
What
I,
was,
I,
what was it that caught fire? Like a printer?
in the
The
copy room.
light above the copy?
Oh my gosh.
So, other than that, staff,
Aaron's
thank you
sample.
guys for everything you guys do and keeping our city amazing. Thank you.
Ms. Katie?
Hope everybody's staying cool. And other than that, nothing to report.
And I have nothing to report, and I'll end it with Mayor.
I went to a drone show. That was pretty fun. So that was here at the fairgrounds. And then I went to the United event, which had amazing food, lots of people, really good music. I hope to get that band. They were really good. Nancy has the name. I made sure of it. So thank you for that.
Say what, like Chivas?
I don't know, but Nancy has it. I'll
Yeah,
get
we
it.
have it.
It's really good. So thank you. That's it.
Okay, we'll adjourn this meeting at 8:15.